So Qatar Gaming definitely have to be able to play this one carefully. But interestingly enough, with the amount of CC that on the side of borderless, they actually decide to pick up the Uller. Lots of lane pressure that we already see coming out of the mid as well of the dual lane just by these two characters alone.
Sorry, I'm trying to log in.
It's going all right. Camazon's going to be the third pick for Qatar Gaming. So again, just another one of those flexes where seen him a lot this season within the solo lane, but can also be in the jungle role. So definitely curious to see how well we're going to see that one transition into the mid to late game stage. Just as Camazot's more or less is just one of those types of characters where it's like, I'm in your face, I'm going to hit you with the ability, I'm going to stain it all back, and then I'm basically just going to do it all again. Not necessarily going to kill you, but hey, that ultimate's definitely kind of hard to operate around.
Do you think the Camazotz is going to be the actual jungler for Qatar Gaming? I feel like they're going to push that somewhere else, like Morgan solo Camazotz mid type of situation. I don't know. I'm really trying to think outside of the box here. That's where I feel like these picks are leading to.
Yeah, it's always the interesting thing about Qatar versus Borderless here is that you never really know exactly what you're going to get. Borderless, though, trying to go, it looks like a more traditional role with the Giannis in the mid lane, also going to ban out the Robin on the side of Borderless with the RDO on the side of Qatar. So possibly it just seems as though maybe stretching the limits and going as far as the Broncos ADC, putting a little more respect towards the side of Qatar and just said to themselves, let's go back to our tried and true and let's go back to what we know operates best. Raventoss going to be banned out last for the side of borderless, with the Terra actually being banned out on the side of Qatar as well.
Yeah, that's actually a really nice ban from Qatar, taking out the RDO and the Terra. Either or both supports being on the team really is a big pickup as Ganesh is going to get locked in for Borderless, and I'm so excited for their last pick, Nox. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting. Picking up the Ganesh here, not really sure 100% what their composition is leaning towards. Definitely a lot of CC for sure. And the Giannis is kind of just there to pick off anybody who happens to be low or being able to give them that massive global rotation. But it just seems as though we've seen Geb in the solo lane, so I wouldn't be too surprised if we are to see the Ganesh in the solo. But again, most likely going to be Ganesh in the support role and Jing Chen in the solo lane. As Qatar's actually going to pick up the Raw, so you might have been on something with a Morgan not necessarily being in the mid lane, as their last selection's going to be Cupid.
What are the chances that Morgan's going to go into the support lane with Cupid? I like it.
Honestly, I see this one heavily. If it's not going to be the Raw, I do heavily see that as being a support Morgan, just being able to ult into, well, the Jing Chen, the Ganesh if need be, or possibly the fight's already going in their favor, so they decide to just turn into a Daji. And considering the Ganesh and the Susano are going to get pulled, having no forms of CC immunity unless picking up the Magi's Blessing, or even just the beads alone, that's a pretty strong composition that we're seeing coming out of Qatar Gaming.
Yeah, Daji's a nice pickup here too, with them having a Raw and the Oler. Um, Susano gonna be locked in for Borderless, and yeah, this is gonna be one of those games. I'm hyped. Chat, are you hyped? Because this is gonna be crazy spicy.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. So, obviously, gonna have to ask that question. Which one you got? Qatar or Borderless?
You know, uh, I'm gonna give it to Borderless. I really like the Daji pick. I love the Ganesh. I feel like he's super underrated as a support, although he can be a little bit one and two dimensional. He can bring a lot to a fight as long as you guys are communicating on the right target and focusing on the right target. You can really shut down a lot of different gods in this game. I'm gonna give it to Borderless. I like the Ganesh pickup.
Interesting enough, I really do want to give it to Borderless as well, just because their composition's a little bit more well-rounded, and I think everything is kind of pretty typical, but I have to give it to Qatar because at the end of the day, what's the big win factor? It seems like having an ADC, and Borderless having a Daji and a Susano have, again, no ADC. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to give this one to Qatar, considering they've got two, not one, but two.
Yeah, sieging is definitely big in the meta right now, and you need a hunter. Hunters are the best types of roles to come into this game. And since the game's loading up right now, players are trying to get in. I'm going to bow out to Diesel currently. So everyone have a good night and good luck to both squads.
All right, boys and girls, I have returned. I have come out of the depths of hell, or we'll just go with hell. Yeah, game starting up here for you guys. Gonna be Qatar versus Borderless Game 2. Qatar on the Order side, Borderless on the Chaos side. I just did a bad. We're not gonna talk about it. Yeah. With that said, Hammy's playing Cupid support, and Middy's playing Morgan jungle. Panda's playing Kamazot's middle, and Jacob Task is playing Raw solo. Okay. There's a Xing Shin in the middle lane.
I'm so sorry for ever thinking that I was smart enough to commentate these games, because clearly there are some stats here that are just a little bit higher than seems like all three of our pay grades.
Yeah, Strider's on a Giannis in the jungle. The only thing that seems like relatively normal in my mind right now is Mr. White on the Uller.
Right.
And Remedies on the Susano solo. I guess I can see that. I guess the Ganesha in the support role too, but like...
Yeah.
I want to say words that I'm not supposed to say. I don't want to get fined.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as we talk about people getting fined, Panda gonna find Roxer in his own jungle here, brings him down to about 10% of his health. I'm really glad we got to broadcast this set. I'm really glad this is here. Like, this is going up on YouTube. This is, like, saved forever. Midi gonna aggress on top of Strider there.
Yeah. Definitely different kind of composition here, but does seem as though both teams, I would like to say, have definitely had a lot of practice on this, as there's a lot of aggression coming out of just these laning phases alone. I definitely like to see the fact that a dodgy ADC is going to give you at least a little bit more viability than the box is going to, just with being able to kind of get in and out of those team fights pretty quickly. And one of the biggest things is, if the ADC can't take the objective, the least you can do is try and make it a 5v4 and kill someone. And with double AD or double assassin, I certainly hope they'd be able to accomplish that.
Listen, I don't know if we could say that they practiced these things, because I'm going to assume that, like, actually scrimming they haven't, but I'm on board with all those shenanigans. Like, Qatar's already solidly in first, right? If they lose game 2 here, sure, they'll probably go back to a try-hard comp and play it out for game 3. But this is the stuff I live for. I don't know if you remember back in, like, Season 3 watching Energy play, where they would, like, completely just role swap. Like, you'd have, like, Adapting playing middle, and, like, Raffer was the jungle, and all that kind of shenanigans. This is the kind of stuff I enjoy, because it's not even like you're disrespecting your opponent. Okay, it's a little bit disrespectful. But still, it's just fun to actually watch, because you get to see stuff that you don't normally get to see. Like, there's no Raijin in this game.
Right. No Odin either.
Yeah, there's no Odin. There's no Fenrir. There's no
Pele.
Hades. There's no Pele. It's just shenanigans. And I love it. It's beautiful. And I'm glad that this is occurring. With that said...
I think the beauty of this too is, if you look at the comps, like, there's a lot of thinking that clearly went in from Qatar Gaming here. I actually do love this Cupid support. Having the giant cripple field against the Daji, the Giannis, every single person on borderless is going to be extremely powerful here in these late game team fights.
Yeah, there's actually a lot more movement than you think about whenever you look at borderless's draft, because Trickster Spirit you don't really think about as a movement ability, but it exists. Ganesh's biggest form of CC, outside of his ult, is his dash. Ooh, out carry is going to get smacked up here by Midi inside of the jungle. Claw is going to come right back out. He's going to be able to sneak away. There's 3 members of Qatar Gaming all the way over here at the enemy team purple buff. A little bit interesting to see. Jacob Task going to get that Celestial Legion helm online. I like that pick up. It's a good choice. Item's pretty broken, actually. Anyways, itemization, the thing that'll be interesting is going to be where the Cupid really goes. Like, how do you build Cupid's support?
I would I would imagine definitely just kind of full cooldowns, at least initially. You don't really need any aura items. I mean, you can kind of build more like a Sylvanas and just stand next to your teammates and have the protections, but it just seems as though going the full utility route is going to be easiest. I think that's similar to what Jacob Task is doing with the Raw, going to Celestial Legion Helm. Probably going to go into maybe a Rod of Asclepius just to give his team some more sustain. So it just seems as though everyone's just shooting towards, we've got to fight as a group. We're not necessarily trying to solo anyone, and we just kind of walk at people.
Yeah, it's so the thing that I really enjoy about all of this is that the Cupid support also went horrific emblem, right? So like the way you beat Mitty Witty gonna drop his ult. Mitty. Mitty. Gonna get smacked up here by Remedies, able to find the kill. Jacob Task will get it in return. First blood gonna go the way of Remedies though. Mitty Witty looking like he doesn't know how to play Susano. His e-boy status is about to get revoked here. You know what I'm talking about, Nox? You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, not the best look in the beginning of the game here.
Maybe he needed Jacob to be playing Afro, and then things would have gone better for him. You know what I mean?
You know, probably.
We could
I
let's
could
just
totally see an Afro in this.
let's blame that death on Jacob Task not playing Aphrodite like a good e-girl. You know what I mean? Talking about the soul lane though here, Jacob getting good damage back in return onto Remedies. Does have the heal available. Remedies putting out a lot of damage on the Susano solo. Gonna bring Jacob down to about 10%. Call it 15. Does have the heal available, so he's going to be able to do that. Searing Pain is off cooldown in about 8 seconds for Jacob. I'm a little bit mad that we changed our camera here and we didn't leave it where we wanted it to be. But the Cupid ult going to come out in the middle lane. Bede's going to get forced out of Roxer on the Zing Shin. The sustain coming through real big right now here. Searing Pain going to be off the mark from Jacob Task. Going to pop that 2 and try to run at Remedies. Not going to be able to get it. But speaking of Remedies, itemization, I'm a little bit surprised. Hammy is behind the T1 tower, hitting the tower. I like it. Hammy's full on out here for it. I'm a little bit surprised Remedies didn't look to go the Soul Eater. It seems to be what people like to build on the Assassin solos. Gives a lot of power, gives you that sustain after it's stacked, and gives you 10% CDR, which is also pretty big in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, you know. I get where the Anchili is, you know?
Yeah, I imagine just not wanting to get sold whatsoever, going the Soul Eater, naturally going to be a little bit squishier. Definitely would have massive amount of damage coming out, but at the same time, I do like the idea of going the Enchile. Just kind of helps the fact that if the Morrigan, who is playing jungle, decides to rotate over and try and ult you in any way, you've got at least a good chance of being able to silence her out of anything.
Yeah, unless she becomes you, then you're just dead.
Yeah.
Like, she just turns into Susano and kills you. Yeah, she becomes Susano too, and then you just kind of look at each other both, and you're just like, Typhoon. Oh. Okay. I see how we doing this. Okay. And then you get Searing Pain because there's a Raw still hanging around. Dash gonna come out there. Oh my. Goodbye, Panda.
Wow.
Remedy's gonna get the kill credit there. Good dash from Perry Fairy. Able to get the knockup and set up all that bang onto the Kamazots. Had his beads available. Actually might have even... Yeah, he did even use them there. Wasn't able to get it done. The Ganesh ult going to come out along with the Cupid ult. Mitty just exploded Roxer. Ganesh still trying to find his way out of here. Here goes out carries up onto the Paolo. Needs to just hit one chain to bring him in, which he will. Mitty will find that kill. Strider going to be able to pick up Mitty on the backside, though. Kills dead even so far. Qatar Gaming about 1,500 gold in the lead. I guess they're just farming more efficiently. Sometimes it'd be like that, you know what I mean? Hammy able to get the jukes off on the Giannis abilities there. Misses his heart bomb, so he's going to awkwardly watch everything and run away. Remedies all the way over from Soul Lane, looking to find that kill, not able to do it. And Mr. White's just kind of hanging out here in the duo lane. Level in advance. Oh, Dodgy ult going to come out. Gets the jump off and it gets canceled. Out carries with the big plays. Going to be able to bring down Mr. White for the solo kill. Somebody hit the solo fucking emote. Oh, dang it. Now I'm going to get fined.
That's another. See, and this is the nice part that I actually very much like about the Daji carry rather than the Bacchus, is that it has so much higher kill potential.
Yeah, you really can actually just solo somebody with Daji, whereas, you know, Bacchus, you're not really going to get it. obviously right there you saw the outplay potential too, right? Mr. White gets hit with the chain and immediately jumps. Now, he obviously didn't have his beads anyways, but in a situation where he may have been able to beads, he's already in the air, he can't bead, so he just gets yanked out of the air, right back down, and out carries just puts him in a coffin. And yeah, it be like that sometimes, you know?
Yeah, definitely really difficult to try and fight against that, especially once your beats are down. As Cupid again is already going to make another big play with his ultimate. And unfortunately, looks like the Daji is going to be able to pick up another kill here. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem as though Panda's having an easy time in the mid lane here on this Camazotz.
Yeah, and as you look at the rest of the fight, Hammy going to be able to find the Heart Bomb and a stun onto Roxer. Jacob Task making that rotation in from the solo lane. Has the boots done at this point. Probably going to go into... Oh my! A big Searing Pain going to come out from Jacob Task. Mr. White follows that up with the Bladed Arrow for the kill. I just blew out the mic with that one. Shout out to Jacob Task for damaging our equipment. That's a fine. That's a fine. I'm Jacob Task. Anyways, looking out here with Mr. White in this duo lane. Still doesn't have that Transcendence completed. Most likely going to take the trip back to base right here and stack that up. As we talk about things getting stacked up, Hammy getting aggressed onto super hard here. Remedy's going to drop the Typhoon, charging it up. Got the heart, not going to be able to live. Jacob Task still here as well. Out carries. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Mitty Witty on the dodgy, not out carries. Anyways, Mitty's out here confusing me. Gonna use that dodgy ult and the transformation to just find that one kill. Probably a little bit of a reach there from Mitty to blow the Morgan ult, which name escapes me right now for some reason. But hey, it be like that sometimes. Strider just gonna clear up the middle lane, and so far, kills favoring borderless very heavily, but Qatar Gaming super far ahead whenever it comes to farm for a game where they're behind in kills.
And this is the beauty of the Morgan as well, and I absolutely love it on Mitty. Being able to turn into the Daji and actually having the knowledge and the skill to be able to play that character as well. So I definitely believe that there is a lot of greater thinking that at least, though the compositions aren't exactly ideal or traditional for Season 5, still a lot going into it, especially with Jacob Task on this Raw. Just seems as though he doesn't really care who's hitting him, he's just going to run at you. Phantom mid again on the run in the sky, but is actually going to go down to this Jing Chen. Honestly, Jing Chen mid didn't anticipate it doing as well as it is, but it just seems as though those buffs were just enough to make him valuable possibly in the mid lane.
Alright, calm down there, Chief. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. He's viable, but not in the middle lane. Let's be honest here. This is the full troll game. That's why it works. Chain's going to come out from out carries on the Palo, not able to find it. Oscar going just jump away to safety. Mitty Witty is over here, invisible on the left side of the map. He's not going to be able to really find anything. And Jacob Task has now officially become an annoying little bird man. Has the Gem of Isolation done. So that super annoying slow off the 2 is actually going to annoy even more with the Gem of Isolation proccing as well. He does have that tower already, so he's going to shove and most likely look to make a rotation as maybe the Gold Fury is going to get looked to leash here. And Jacob Task actually going back for another wave. Mitty Witty going to get hit by the through space and time. Portal going to get fallen into by I Am the Hamster. The ult off the mark from Hamster there. Nothing really doing with the Fields of Love. Mr. White back in his lane, just kind of hanging out. Roxer somewhere else on the map, actually in the middle lane. Gonna solo Panda down with this Zing Shin. And that roar looks like it's hitting hard. That roar looks like it's hitting hard.
Yeah, Mage's busting, Spear of the Magus, cooldown boots. Definitely, I think people are underestimating how much damage this Chen's doing on Panda Vid on this Camazotz. I'm actually really amazed how well he's piloting this Jing Chen. As we are going to see the Daji once again, a nice little 1v1 here, and the up down, it is going to be good, but is he going to be able to get that auto off? Well, not the solo we are looking for, but he is still going to go down. Not exactly a solo, but hey, I still kind of feel as though Oscar might have been able to get it. Just one single auto.
Yeah, Jacob gonna come in just to get a kill steal. That's kind of his MO, if you know what I mean. He's out here looking for the glory, not really looking to help his team. He's a meathead like that. But talking about helping the team, Roxer gonna bring down Mr. White. Big whirlwind of Rage and Steel to throw I Am the Hamster into the tower. Gonna leap forward now as well. The Ganesh ult gets dropped as well. Just needs the roar and he's able to find it. Roxer gonna pick up a Hamster as well. It's gonna be 2 kills for borderless and just 1 for Qatar Gaming there, and it's actually already overridden as the respawn has come through. Now Jacob Task getting aggressed onto by the Elephant Man, but I don't think the Elephant really wants that. Perry Fair, you're going to think better of that engagement. Just kind of walk away. Right side of the map, Mitty Witty's pushing up the waves into that T2 tower. Panda going all in the mid lane. I'm not really sure why. Going to get that ult force. He's going to have to drop the bat from hell, I believe is the name. And as we talk about things getting dropped, Snipe going to come out from Jacob Task. Strider able to find the Snipe hit on his own. Remedies will bring down Panda on the backside, and bang bang. Just like that.
Yeah, as these fights progress, still trying to wait and see what we're expected to see out of this Camazot's mid. 0-5-0, not even a single assist with 6 kills already on the board. It's getting a little rough right now to watch Panda mid as he's finally getting that Soul Eater online, so luckily here, just by anybody kills minions and we'll be able to get it, but definitely, yeah, definitely not a pretty sight here. I'd certainly hope feeding isn't the idea as this game progresses, but at least we can certainly count on the fact that Midi is definitely getting really big rotations, turning into this Daji, pulling a lot of actives. And again, let's not forget, there's a random bird just kind of casually walking around killing people.
Yeah, the thing about it is, like, sure, Panda's feeding his brains out. I mean, like, he's been a huge question mark for forever, you know?
Oh yeah.
But with that said, we're going to interrupt my talk about that. Rockstar going to get his beads forced by the Fields of Love. Whirlwind of Rage and Steel going to come out almost instantaneously. Ganesh ult gets fired off as well. Not going to be on the mark onto anyone. Panda just going to walk around, eat some hearts, step in some puddles, stand in a raw heal. Able to get the heals off. And what I was going to say is that despite the fact that Panda is just in a hole, he's super far behind. He's actually only 2 levels down. It's just the fact that he looks like he's really far behind. Because Jacob Task is level 17, Mitty Witty is level 16, Mr. White is level 15. They've all got a ton of farm on their own hands, which is basically why it looks like he's so far behind. However, he just got erased by that Giannis combo. Oh my goodness.
Kind of just destroyed.
Remedy's looking to chase in. Laser going to be on the mark, which will apply a slow, but Remedies will be able to pick up Panda. Rocks are going to be able to pick up Jacob Task. The silence is coming out here. The dash going to be good from Perry Fairy onto I Am the Hamster. Able to get the horrific emblem off and dash out into the jungle. And here's Mitty Witty lurking around looking for anybody that he can find. He's going to be able to find Roxer. Able to get the auto in. Brings him down. Mitty Witty will find that kill. Mr. White all the way over here on the left. Not seeing the rotation coming. He's about half health. Good axe actually from Mr. White there. Not going to be able to get over the wall. But yeah, there's just too much. There's just too much. Out carry is going to get the credit thanks to dodgy passive and yeah, bang bang.
With all that being said, though, absolutely beautiful play that needs to be noted by Mitty Witty, being able to actually blink and then just kind of silently move past everyone and actually be able to get the stun combo off onto the Jing Chen, being able to at least pick up something so that it wasn't just a complete wash. I definitely want to note that out, as Ganesh is going to be able to knock up and silence Mitty on this Morgan. Invis is going to be good, but unfortunately is going to get pulled out of it. Stun going to be coming out, but unfortunately just seems way too much damage going to be done. Maybe just a little bit too aggressive on that middle lane tower with no one to help, but can't blame for his efforts.
Yeah, Mitty not using either of his relics there. Has the Aegis, has the beads, and he just didn't feel like firing either of them off, I guess. I don't have good words for that, honestly. It's a little bit surprising to see him hold all of that and not really come through with anything. But hey, it be like that sometimes, you know? Sometimes it just be like that. And as we talk about things that it be like, Jacob Task and Remedy's just back at it again. We're at 18 minutes into this game. These two are just over on the right side of the map just fighting each other. Just brawling. We just throwing hands, you know? Talk about throwing hands, though. Panda gonna get aggressed on, too, by 4 members of Borderless up into the sky with the bat out of hell. Able to get away, but he's gonna walk right into Remedies. It won't even matter. No. Strider hits him with the bang. Here comes I'm a Hamster, going to get the Fields of Love Force. Roxer with the Whirlwind of Rage and Steel. A lot of damage going to come out from the rest of the team. Qatar Gaming down 2 members as the Gold Fury is the point of focus for Borderless. Down about 2k, looking to cut into that lead.
Yeah, it definitely seems as though right now the mid and support roles are just not bringing enough to these team fights. Fortunately, it doesn't seem as though mid is going to be able to do too much, as we are going to see another fight actually ensue around this Gold Fury. Not too much picked up just yet, but we are going to see Susanna Ultimate coming out right onto this Giannis. Daji's going to be up in the air, and a raw snipe coming down, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem as though Taz is going to be able to get out of this one cleanly.
Yeah, Jacob Task did a lot of work there in that engagement, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough to find a kill. Remedy's teleporting somewhere else on the map actually right now. Going to go back and defend his own T2 tower here, as Mr. White is just kind of lurking through the jungle. Middy Witty pushing up the mid waves as well. Looks like they might actually take a shot at this T2, not really aware of the fact that all of Borderless is rotating in. Actually, he's very aware. Mr. White with a good axe and a good combo onto out carries. The pull going to be off the mark from Remedies. Mr. White still swinging hands here. Not really able to find anything. Hamster is here to support him as the hearts for Mr. White. The blink going to come out from out carries. The Ganesh dash is out as well, but there's not going to be any real follow-up to it. Perry Fairy finds the dash on behind the Hamster. He will go down, but it is just the support that they lost. Panda mid all the way on the left side. Ooh, blink going to come out from Roxer. He's going to get jumped over. Mr. White taking a lot of damage from the Zing Shin here. The auto will be good to bring him down. And Middy's pushing up the right side. Panda's pushing up the left side. They're going to get both T2 towers off the map. And Qatar lose the fight, but win the war. Going to extend that gold lead. Yeah. I think Nox is dead.
Yeah, again, just kind of looking at these fights here, and it just seems as though it's kind of becoming a little bit more towards the obvious. Double assassin and two guardians, and one of them is building basically full damage. I don't know. It just seems like these fights are definitely going exactly where we kind of anticipate. Middy is trying his heart out, as he is actually going to use the Daji ultimate here. I'm not sure if this is necessarily going to be enough for him to get out, but he will actually be able to pull one in. Massive rotation coming out of Task here. Susanna ultimate is going to be good on the mark. 8 is going to be forced out of Middy. And, well, Strider's going to be able to pick up that one again on Middy. Unfortunately, again, just seems though with that global pressure, kind of taking fights too far extended into their jungle. And with them being as far ahead as they are,
yeah, it's looking a little bit rough for the push here coming out from Qatar, but at least Jacob Task able to trade out here. I don't know why our cameraman pulled us off Jacob Task as he jukes and ukes and runs around, but he is going to be able to finally take a spill. Panda mid going to clear up the yellow buff. Middy Witty probably going crazy inside of the comms right now. You just don't take your jungler's yellow buff, but you know, whatever. Mr. White, however, will solo down the Gold Fury at the same time, so Borderless kind of just getting caught up in the moment. Taking way too many team fights, not really looking to make plays in the actual sense of the map, as Mr. White will strip away the red buff as well. Qatar, despite their jank comp and all of the silliness of it, are at least playing around the objectives very well right now. They're still up about 6,000 gold. They have the advantage almost everywhere, save for Panda on the Kamazats, who's at 8 now. Panda mid's a big question
with
mark.
not a single assist to be had.
He's a big
It just
question
seems as
mark.
though he's, yeah, it definitely seems as though he's died before really anything is happening.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, right, where, like, this is a prime example of why Team Deathmatch doesn't win you Conquest games, as we see the Fields of Love come out. Middy Witty with the bang from the stun. Hamster going to get credit for the kill there. The Horrific Emblem going to get dropped down onto Remedies as well. Panda mid going aggressive here, finally able to start making things happen up into the sky with the bat out of hell. Strider Prime going to launch the ult through. The Paolo is getting used by Middy Witty this time. Going to bring Remedies back in, and he will take the spill to Middy as well. Jacob Task running around with out carries inside of the middle of the map. Strider Prime chasing down Panda. He's down to about 10%, and he will eventually go down to out carries. Off the mark is going to be the Whirlwind of Rage and Steel here. Middy Witty kind of lurking around in the shadows as Mr. White is making his way all the way out of base. Jacob Task going to bring down Roxer. Middy Witty still hanging around. Doesn't have any relics available here as Hamster's just kind of sitting on Strider. Mr. White is going to bring down another member of Borderless. Strider Prime stuck in this buff camp all alone. He is a Giannis, though. He's going to go through the wall. He's going to speed boost himself up. He's going to go through another wall here momentarily. And I don't know if this is really a chase that's worth taking, as Mr. White changes his focus to that middle T2 tower. Can't really tell if he's going to be able to get it. Actually, the Ganesh ult got dropped there as well, so... Oh, I'm sorry. Perry Fairy going to give that one. And, yeah. Yeah, just be like that sometimes. As actually, well, It be like that sometimes. Mr. White gonna pick up the kill on the Perry Fairy. Strider Prime gonna get slowed up by this Gem of Isolation Raw, gonna get forced to beads. Hamster's Heart Bomb won't be a stun. He's not gonna be able to get anything done with that as the Giannis just keeps running and running and running and running, man. They're chasing down something that might not be able to be caught. The blink going to come out from Strider as well, able to get even further away, but the snipe will be good from Jacob Task. Will slow him down momentarily. You remember the back whenever Hidden Shadows chased somebody around the map? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now.
It's like
Well, that's the wrong
the Nike
song.
versus Thor.
That's the wrong song, but yeah.
Oh, that's just what goes through my head watching this great fiasco of the Giannis ult being expended, the Raw ult being expended, the Fields of Love being expended. It was a lot trying to chase the Giannis with speed buff.
Yeah, it be like that sometimes. Sometimes you just overcommit, man. You can't always help it. You just do dumb things sometimes.
Speaking of dumb things, what is your take on selling the Transcendence on the Camazotz and going for magical defense instead?
Man, I wasn't even going to mention it. I wasn't even going to bring it up as he gets the bat out of hell force. Panda just, like, looking lost out here on the Camazotz. Man, I like where their head was at with the Camazotz middle. It's a cute little trick, but they might want to retire this one after this game. Panda just out here to ruin his stats for the season. He was looking like he might be up there for MVP consideration, but instead he was like, nah, fam, let me make sure that I'm nowhere near that level at this point. As Remedies is going to pick up Mitty Witty with the Typhoon. This game is just a calamity of disaster. Mr. White going to get picked up by Remedies as well. That middle T1 will stand. Hamster dashing in to go get the T1 tower, which he will be able to do. Panda, he's going to die here eventually. Outcarry is able to find the damage. So that's going to be 3 members of Qatar Gaming going to take a spill. Jacob Task off the mark with the Searing Pain there. Just kind of throwing out laser beams every which way. Outcarries will eventually bring down Hammy. He's going to go down. That's 4 members of Qatar Gaming dead, and Jacob Task most likely just kind of in for the ride at this point. He's going to go down eventually. There it is. Good night. DSI. Bang, bang. Nox is dead again, I guess.
I'm really not. I'm not. Looking at these games and trying to find the most, like, analytical way of looking at how it's progressing, it's just one of those things where you kind of do have to say, like, it is what it is. Like, this was the inevitable. I mean, the Camazotz mid is probably the most pitiful piece of the entire thing. And the build coming out of the Cupid, I'm not gonna lie, I think Hamster definitely did have a great idea with the concept of going the Frostbound, giving your team a little bit more CC with the auto attacks, going into the defensive items, but it's just not being played as well as you would anticipate. And there's not much to anticipate, I know, but he's got a lot that he can do just with the ultimate alone, looking at what borderless has on their team. And I would like to say that it's not just like the Mitty Witty carry project, but unfortunately that kind of is just what it is, even with only being 5 and 7.
I mean, let's give Mr. White some credit here too. He's out here working it for the team
as best as he can, as best as a hunter with no ultimate and no CC immunity can do against a double assassin, double guardian team.
Yeah. However, they will get the Gold Fury here. Qatar gonna actually continue just to extend this lead. Fire Giant is around the waist of Borderless. We'll see if they're able to make anything happen off of it. The lack of a hunter is gonna be a really big thing here, though, and with no towers left on the map, Borderless need to be careful about how they try to make these sieges. As we talk about people trying to make something happen, Fields of Love going to come out, Ganesh ult out as well, Typhoon out, Whirlwind of Rage of Steel out, Rocks are going to pick up 1, Rocks are going to pick up 2. That's going to be a duel for the mid lane Zing Shin, and looks like Panda is going to take this spill here eventually as well. Remedy's going to clean up that one. It's just Mitty, Witty, and Mr. White left to defend. But there's still a bunch of towers left, so they should be okay, right? Right?
Yeah, I don't think you exactly need an ADC when everyone on the team is just dead. I think you can kind of just freely auto it down.
I mean, yeah, that's a very solid point. You won't really have the same kind of issue that they would normally be having. And as we talk about things happening, here comes the left side. Phoenix up onto the Paolo will go out carries. He's going to cancel it almost immediately. Mitty Witty kind of being a sneaky little snake over here on the right side of the map. Was looking to see if he could split push down a Phoenix. Not going to be able to get it done. But the rest of Qatar starting to spawn up here. Midi does have that ult available, but they really want to chase. He could become a Giannis, and they could go full commit onto borderless here. They are missing... Oh, no, I'm sorry. They're not missing Remedies. Remedies teleported up, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Okay. Okay. Disregard everything I was saying. Listen, I'm confused. This game's been weird.
Definitely a weird game here, as it just seems as though right now Qatar is trying to, I guess, find any saving grace that they can, as Panda Mid has transitioned more to just solo lane, tank Camazat, still holding true with the Soul Leader, possibly going into most likely a Bumba's Mask, into Orangdas. Uller, unfortunately, again, just in a really difficult matchup, can't really step anywhere safely with the amount of CC that we're seeing coming out of borderless. And, well, the midi really can't go without getting blown up. I think the Ganesh now, as it's transitioning later into these games, is extremely difficult for him to do anything, being able to get silenced out of the invis. And even if he gets him low, that Manta of Discord proc is going to be huge.
Yeah, and as we talk about things that are huge, oh my, the damage out of Panda and Midi Witty. I was going to say out carries bringing down Mr. White is a big deal, but out carries just gets blown up right back. And now Rocks are in a bit of a weird place here, jumping around with the Zing Shin. Ganesh all going to come out will go. I'm a hamster. He is no longer a hamster. He is dead. Searing Pain going to get dropped back as well. Jacob Task looking to make something happen, but he's just getting bursted out here too. Remedy's going to be able to pick up a double. Panda going to be able to find a kill right there on a Roxer. Needs to land down somewhere safe, which he will be able to do. Midi Witty still trying to make something happen here. Is out here on the dodgy, looking for the chains from the Paolo. Not going to be able to find anything with it. Able to go invis, though, right into a portal. He will fall, though. Able to find the stun onto Remedies. The Mantle of Discord will proc, and he will take the fall as well. The borderless continuing to keep it working. Take a fight. They go 2 for 4. Able to siege this time because there's nobody hanging around and killing them. And it is what it is.
Yeah, it definitely seems as though they just don't have a well thought out team fight here. Just not enough damage coming across the board here outside of just Midi or even just the Uller alone is not going to be there. Really no big game changing ultimate on their side.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things that you have to consider whenever you really talk about how they're playing the game. As we talk about people that are probably going to die. Panda mixed up in everything, but Mr. White going to be able to bring down Strider first. The defense doing a lot of work right now here for Panda on this Camazot's middle. Fighting on the puddle, not able to find it, as Remedies is going to be able to pick up one. Mr. White will be able to pick up Perry Ferry as well. The left side Phoenix going to respawn here shortly. And yeah, this is just a bloodbath at this point. I think they switched to Arena without us knowing.
Yeah, 17-41, and interestingly enough, look at the goal difference.
Oh, yeah, it's been like that all game.
It's not that big. It's actually surprisingly very close, and Qatar's in the lead. Being down about a good 30, well, less than 30, but about 30-some kills. That's kind of gnarly. Well, probably closer to 20, but that's kind of gnarly.
Yo, they've been ahead in gold the entire game. The entire game. They've been getting killed everywhere. But they're still leading in gold, which is kind of insane whenever you think about it. Remedies is literally 18-2-10. And losing. I get that they have map control right now. Like, they're going to get most likely the Fire Giant again. It is alive. And they've been out team fighting the entirety of Qatar this game. But at the same time, like, just gotta you know. Anyways, Left Phoenix is going to come back here for Qatar as the shenanigans continue from Midi Witty. Jacob Task lurking around here as the Pyromancer is pulled. Now the Fire Giant also going to get leashed. Around the back.
Yeah.
Oh. Hello? Spectator? Alright, guys, hang on one sec.
Yeah, I was like, what just happened?
Difficulties, technical difficulties, technical difficulties, technical difficulties, do. Alright, we're back. Sorry, I was able to fix everything, guys. That was almost really scary. But yeah, up onto the Paolo is going to go somebody, I can't tell. Snipe was good from Strider Prime there. Midi Witty going to be able to pick up Rockstar. Fields of Love going to come out. Off the mark is the Typhoon. Hammy is going to get out alive. Panda putting out a lot of pressure here in the jungle. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage onto two members of borderless. Mitty Witty going to be able to find a second kill onto Strider. Panda getting the damage off finally. The Kamazats is here to play. Jacob Task finds it as well. Qatar bringing down 3 members for none so far. Looks like Outcarries is going to go down as well. Remedies is the only member of Borderless left, and he's running for his life now. This might actually be game here. All they need is to break this one up right here. And it's actually, Remedies is still alive. Panda continuing the chase up the middle lane is going Qatar Gaming. They've been getting the hammer all game, and they're just running it up mid. Nobody is alive for another 20 seconds, and this is, 10 seconds for Roxer, but this is probably going to be game.
The Talisman of Energy, the Raw Sustain, the Cupid Hearts, the Morgan and Uller damage alone just on this Phoenix, and they're actually going to go for Titan. Diesel, I have to say that this has been one of the most interesting turnarounds as the Jingchen Ultimate is going to be able to catch one out. Lots of damage coming out, but he's just going to get destroyed by Mitty. Titan's already going to be down to 12% save, and that is game.
You know what? It be like that sometimes. It be like that. Down will go the Titan. Qatar Gaming gonna take this set